Hey guys, I'm Micah Murphy and I'm 25 years old.
I am Rhay Murphy and I am 21 years old, and we want to welcome you to our first YouTube video ever. We want to welcome you to this brand new YouTube channel. We are just so glad that you are here, so glad that you're sharing your time with us right now. Our goal for this channel is just to create a platform and a space where young believers can just come together and can learn from one another's experiences. We just want to share our journey with you guys about our relationship, about our faith, about where we believe the Lord is taking us and what the Lord is doing. I feel very called to young women and to just share my heart with you guys, and as well as He is to young men. And so we just are excited to be here, excited for everything that the Lord is going to do. So we're just going to jump right into this video and get things started. We are newly married. We started dating last year in July 14th. We dated for 5 months, and then we got engaged on December 11th. During those 5 months, we were long distance. He is from Florida and I am from here in Virginia Beach. On December 11th, we got engaged, and then we continued our long distance journey all through engagement, and then we got married this year on June 11th, just a little over a month ago. Finally, long distance was over and Micah moved to Virginia, so this is where we live. We live in Virginia Beach. I am from Virginia Beach, born and raised. My parents are pastors here in Virginia Beach, and I am the worship director at that church at our Virginia Beach location. And I am just passionate about creating a platform for girls to just come to receive advice on living for the Lord. I know how hard it can be. In the world that we live in today, there's temptation all around the corners. You have to hang out with the right people, surround yourself with the right things, and I just know the temptations that are out there. So I'm just here and just wanting to create a space for you, almost just to just be like your big sister. If you ever need advice or anything, we just want to be here for you. And we're just passionate about young believers who love the Lord and are just eager to live for Him and truly have a relationship with Him.
And I'm Micah Murphy. Like she said, I'm from Florida, South Florida, where it's hot. We don't have any seasons. The only way you know that it's Christmas is the Christmas lights getting put up. But yeah, like she said, we just have a passion for this generation and the generations to come. And whatever we can do to impact them and set them on fire for the Lord, we're going to do. And if this is a way to help us do that, then we will. I know her testimony and mine definitely are key assets that the Lord put us through to use to help and encourage young adults and young teenagers coming up. So yeah,
we just want our channel to be a place for that. Like we said, we did long distance, so we know all about that. Our first kiss was actually on our wedding day. So I'm super passionate about just living purely and walking in purity. If you are a girl, I know it's hard, but I feel like that the Lord is raising up a generation of women who reset the standard, a generation of women who live according to the Word of God, and I'm just so passionate about seeing that, and I believe that there's going to be a purity movement that is going to happen in the nation, and I'm just excited to watch it happen and excited to be a part of what the Lord does. So if you do not follow us on Instagram, here are our Instagram handles, and if you do, we ask you over there just to ask us some questions, just to get to know us and a little bit more of what we are about, so we're going to get into this. Alrighty, the first question is, how many kids do you guys want?
4. I came from a family of 4, and it's the perfect number of kids, perfect family size. Not too many, not too little.
I also came from a family of 4, so 4, but maybe more. We'll see. Maybe 5 or 6 or 7.
Which we also plan on adopting some, so
definitely.
there might be 5 or 6, but we'll see.
Alrighty, question number 2. What is your dream vacation location?
That's a tough one. My dream vacation.
I have many. I want to go to Hawaii.
I have a list, honestly.
But I also want to go to Greece.
Greece is one of them, definitely.
You want to go to Australia?
Australia, Ireland. Definitely want to go to Ireland. I'm Irish.
Okay. Question number 3 is describe the other person's personality.
You go first.
Okay. Micah's personality is extroverted, but not to the point of like annoyance. But like if you're in the room with him, he'll talk to you, but he's not like out there. Does that make sense? He is funny. He likes to crack jokes. It's very hard for him to get like very serious. So if he does get very serious, just like don't treat it lightly because it doesn't happen often. And yeah, he just is outgoing, funny, good with people.
Very good with the flow.
Yeah, very good with the flow. Just whatever happens, happens type of guy.
Pretty good job, babe.
Thanks.
She's
The opposite.
well, she's an extrovert to an extent. Like pretty much the same way. Like if you're in the same room, she's definitely gonna have a conversation with you, whether you like it or not. Now, if she does know you, then she is gonna be like in your face. But you have you have to reach that point.
Yeah.
And but she is very introverted when it comes to the weekend. Maybe go to a coffee shop, probably staying at home all day, drinking her own iced coffee.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Monday through Friday, I'm just around people. And Sunday, I'm around a lot of people. So I just feel like Saturdays have to be my day for myself. Anybody else? I know that there's more. Is that the only thing about me?
She's very kind.
Is that a personality?
And very loving. I think so.
Okay.
I mean, you always, anywhere we go, she's always looking around at the people around and just wondering, like, what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Question number 4. What is your go-to coffee order? And for you, it's going to be a caramel latte. But
Can't go wrong whether it's ice
or
or hot. If it's a hot day, it's going to be ice. If it's a cold day, it's going to be hot.
Yeah. Okay, what about me?
Anything brown sugar.
Okay, but only Starbucks usually has brown sugar.
Yeah, that's true.
But I have something in my head that's my go-to if it's not Starbucks.
I really don't know. Oh, hazelnut. Hazelnut latte.
I usually go for hazelnut. Alrighty, question number 5 is how long have y'all been worship leaders? A little backstory of your journeys.
A little backstory of my journey before I got saved. I was a PK as well. So our youth pastor and our worship pastor kept pursuing after me to play the guitar and to sing, but I kept pushing it off and not wanting to do it. And then I got saved. Thank you, Jesus. They still kept pushing, and I finally decided to go ahead and do it. And that's when I decided to start, which I actually started just playing guitar. And then they asked me to step up and sing. And then under great leadership, I was raised up as a worship leader. And that's how I got to where I am now.
Yeah, so for me, I have been in church obviously my whole life, but also just been singing my whole life. I come from a very musical family. My whole family sings. My whole family is just a part of that world. But when I was in youth group, just growing up as a teenager in the church, I really kind of just felt the call of God on my life to do worship. And it's always just been something that was easy, and I just love to do it. And so I would say in like 8th or 9th grade, I went away to youth camp, and the Lord just wrecked my life. And when we got back from that youth camp, I almost stepped into more of actually leading worship instead of just singing songs. And it just became something that I was very passionate about. Fast forward years down the road, I graduate high school and I go to the Ramp School of Ministry, which is where I studied ministry for 2 years of my life. And there I really feel like the call of God was awakened inside of me to not only lead people in worship and through song, but also just see people really transformed by the presence of the Lord. And so it just lit that fire in me even more, because worship is such an avenue that the Lord uses to really call people deeper into his presence and just call people into deliverance and freedom. And it's just amazing to watch what the Lord can do when you surrender to him and you just give him your yes. So worship is definitely a big part of my life, a big part of my journey, and a big part of my story, and I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. All right, question number 6. What are your hobbies?
My hobbies are fishing, mostly saltwater fishing. That's what I love to do. She kind of gets fed up with it, but she loves me, so.
I don't really have tons of hobbies, but I love to just like take the day and go explore and like different coffee shops and downtown areas, and I love to just like travel to like small little places and just experience different things. We don't do that all the time, but it's just something I like to do. Question number 7. How did you know that each other were the one? How did you know it was the one?
Well, in my heart and in my head, I knew that the next woman that I was gonna date was gonna be my wife. So I was definitely at a place in my life where I wasn't dating anybody to just date. So when she came along, I knew she was the one that I had been praying for, believing for, and I had come to a place in my life where I just surrendered everything to the Lord, not even expecting my wife to come along. And I guess he knew she was the one and the right thing at the right time.
So just some backstory, which we'll get into both of our stories in later videos, but Micah was my first boyfriend. I never dated anyone. I never really had the desire to, and I mean, I talked to a few people, but it would always get to the point where I would pray, Lord, like, show me some red flags if this isn't right, and then immediately he would. So when Micah came into my life and I started praying those same prayers and asked the Lord for red flags and to just show me and make it clear if he wasn't the one, and the Lord continued to just instead give me peace about him and peace about our relationship. And so it was just a different feeling than I'd ever felt before. And no, I had never dated anyone, but I obviously did, talk to people, and people were definitely interested, but it never felt right until Micah. And like he said as well, I was just in a place where I knew that I was ready, and everything around me, the season I was in, just felt like it was time. And so everything just started lining up, and I didn't really have like this moment where I was like, he is the one. But like I said, the more I just had peace about him and peace about our relationship was just more confirmation that it was right and that it was the Lord. Do you believe that Christians get married so fast just to have sex without sinning?
Yes. I'm just kidding. No.
That was the improper answer. No.
No.
I don't believe that that's the number one reason. I do believe that when you should get married, because it is a sin to have sex before marriage. And so we were joking about this the other day because we almost feel like Christian weddings are just like a big celebration that you get to have sex.
Everybody comes together literally to throw a party for you and your wife about to leave to go have sex.
But obviously that's a joke, and it's much... Yeah, we don't like saying that. But it's much bigger than that, obviously. It's about the covenant and about making the covenant in front of your family and your friends, and obviously doing it before the Lord. So there's so much more to the marriage ceremony, but we just think it's funny because it's almost like the big elephant in the room that everybody is just thinking about, you feel like. And we know because we just had a wedding. So anyway, but no, that's not the number one reason that Christians get married so fast. I think they get married so fast because they know that each other are the one, and they know that they don't want to fall into sin, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we believe that we get to grow up together, and I'm only 21 and he's older, he's 25, but
not that old.
We joke because he's like a grumpy old man. But we get to do life together, and now we're married, and especially for us because we were long distance, and that is absolutely not fun at all. And so yeah, there was no other, I feel like, well, I could just stay right here for a second. But I feel like in the world, which it's not, I feel like, this is not in the world, just this is plain and simple facts. But in the world, the logical next steps after dating is moving in with each other and getting to know if they enjoy that, and pretty much practicing marriage and giving your boyfriend husband benefits that he doesn't get to have because he's not your husband. And for Christians, the natural next step, once you've prayed and you have peace and you know that this person is the one the Lord has for you, the next step biblically is to get married. And so that's what we did. And obviously the Lord is going to bless that because it is his design for relationships. I'll just go ahead and go down this rabbit trail. Dating is nowhere in the Bible, okay? Period. You're not going to find dating 101 anywhere in the Bible, okay? So God's design for your relationships, for the relationship with your person, is to meet them, pray, have peace, and get married. And he'll take care of the rest because his hand is in the marriage, and he will bless it because that's his design. And so, but no, Christians don't just get married so fast so they can have sex. But it is a reason and it is a benefit for once you do get married. Did you guys get hate for getting married so quickly?
I didn't get hate necessarily.
Not as much as I would think.
I got raised eyebrows, that's for sure. Like whenever I would show like my friends, I was like, so I got something to show you, and I'd show them the ring, and they would be like, "Are you sure? Like this is fast." Like, more like that than, "Oh, you're crazy."
Yeah, I think for me, pretty much everyone I surround myself with on a daily basis, like every leader in my life, every important person to me was blessing it and putting their blessing on it, that like anything anybody else said did not affect me whatsoever. And so I did have a few people, just like random people, walk up to me at church and be like, "Why so fast? Like, what are you guys doing? La da 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 da." But it didn't faze me. Honestly, that kind of hate doesn't affect me whatsoever, because when you know, you know. When all of the leaders in your life and everybody important to you guys as a couple is blessing it, and the Lord has obviously blessed it, then that's the only opinion that should matter. Okay, and the last question is, drumroll. Did y'all ever write to your future husband/wife, like a husband/wife journal?
I did not.
I did. I actually, it's right over there, and I've been writing to him since 2014?
It was either 2014 or 2016.
Yeah,
I
sometime.
can't remember. It was an even number.
Yeah, a long time ago, 6 years ago, I started writing to him in one journal, and it was pretty much just a journal. It would always start "Dear Future Husband," and then I would write the date on the other side of it. And when I was younger, obviously they were sillier, but it pretty much ended up just being a prayer journal for him, and just almost just like me telling him about my day and telling him like situations that happened that day, and just praying for him and dreaming about our life together in the future. And then it was really cool actually to start like to keep writing those after him and I had met, and then like we were dating and I was able to just still write to him. And then our engagement, I actually wrote one the day before he proposed on December 10th. I wrote a letter to him and I was like, at this point I'm just waiting for you to pop the question, la da 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 da. So, and he had no idea about the journal, and so it was just something super special that I was able to give to him on our wedding day, and I gave it to him on the wedding morning.
Yeah, she made me read it in the video, and I cried like a baby. So.
Which we haven't gotten that footage back yet, but we will. So yeah, I don't even know how he reacted to it, but he eventually told me that he did cry, and so it was just super
sweet. It was an emotional day.
It was. It was just a super sweet thing to be able to give him. And it's also just like through your process and through your singleness, it's just a great way to just dream about your life together and just pray for him and pray for the future family that you guys are going to have. And so it's just like a creative outlet for that. And I love doing it. So yeah. So a lot of you guys were asking about our story, how we met, long distance advice, la da 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 da, and we are actually going to be doing a love story series, which is going to include literally every step of our entire process, how we met, long distance, things we learned, our engagement story. It just adds a whole different dynamic when you're engaged and it's long distance, and just all the pressure and expectation and finding a house and finding a place to live after the wedding and just everything that comes. It was basically like reality hit, and it was just, so yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video. We are so glad that you are here, so glad that we're starting this journey, and we just think it's going to be an amazing way that we just get to connect with you guys and just be a part of y'all's lives as well as you guys seeing into ours. So yeah, thank you guys. If you will, you can just go ahead and like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to us. And like we said earlier, follow us on Instagram. We also have a TikTok. It's at Micah and Rhay. We just post funny things on there. I also share from my heart and videos on there as well. So yeah, just anything we can do to expand our reach. We really feel like the Lord is calling us to do that, and so this is a good way to be a part of what He is doing in the earth, and so we're excited.
Yep. So we will see y'all in the next video.